welcome to this new video. This video was supposed to be completely different. According to my plan and the list of videos that I had written down that I was going to edit and share on YouTube, this is totally different. And I'm actually excited about it. So for the last 3 to 4 months, maybe, I had been recording the process of me exploring painting and yeah, just the process of that in general. And the video that I was supposed to edit for today, or that what this video was supposed to be, was the process of a painting that I did of a kitchen that I actually posted on Substack and people really liked. It was even featured in something that Substack published, and that was so amazing to experience. And so I had recorded the process of that, and after that, maybe like 2 3 months more, I recorded the process of failure paintings, or paintings that I just did not enjoy doing at all. And I was talking a lot about the process of that and how I was navigating that. And in the midst of that, I picked up crochet. I bought a sewing machine, and I've been doing a lot of crafts, which I have enjoying so much more. I have been reminded through these crafts that I really, really love getting my hands connected to whatever I'm doing. I think this is why I've mentioned this before, that when I paint, I love getting my hands dirty. There's something about me connecting directly with the material that I'm using that just feels so life-giving. So in the past 2 weeks, I have been recording more about that, my crafts, and I have been going thrifting, and those videos are really fun. And so I realized, the videos of painting were great, but I didn't enjoy it as much, and I was not enjoying it as much as I have enjoyed this process of crafts. And the videos are also more fun. And so I thought, you know what? I think I'm just going to compile all of the videos that I've recorded for the past 2 months about painting, and I'm going to put them in this one video. So I'm going to share like snippets of the things that I did in the past 2 months. And moving forward, I'm just going to share more dynamic things, like all of the different things that I'm doing. It's not just going to be painting. It's going to be crochet, it's going to be sewing, it's going to be thrifting. So a little bit of everything, really. And I'm feeling that that is more fun for me and for the videos as well. Also, I think one of the reasons why I was feeling a little like, oh, I don't know if I want to even share this painting sessions and this process, is because those videos are already like 2 or 3 months old. And I don't know about you, but for me, 2 or 3 months back, it already feels like a year ago. And so I'm kind of like, I just want to share what I'm doing right now. I want to share what I'm vibing with right now. I feel like time has been shifting so much for me that I feel like I need, or I want to share my current timeline, not the one from 2 months ago or 3 months ago, even, because that already feels like a long time ago. And so there's value in that. I love what I did. I loved that I talked to the camera a lot during that process, and I'm sad that I'm not going to share most of those things. The reflections that I had, the insights that I had, the takeaways that I had during the process. I'm sad about it, but also I'm glad that I did it, because it felt like almost like journaling to me, like maybe talk therapy, just like I was actually expressing things out of my being that I didn't even know that I felt exactly like that. And it's only when I put it into words that I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And so, as much as I love sharing the videos, and as much as I hope that anything that I say lands in someone's heart in a way that inspires or gives hope or creates some type of aspiration, or sometimes it could land in a negative way, and that is also another way to learn from people. But as much as I love that, I love the fact that I was able to talk and I have those videos for myself. Or I think it's even okay to just like delete all those videos, because the moment in which I was expressing what I was expressing and saying what I was saying was the most important aspect or part of it. So this was a long intro, but I did want to give some context to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what I'm going to share in the future in the other videos. So, with that said, this is all of the paintings and all of the things. I mean, not all of it, there's a lot more. I may actually record at some point a video of my sketchbook just to show you everything else that I didn't even record that I have been working on and painted. So, yeah, this video is a compilation of a lot of the things that I painted in the past 3 to 4 months. Working on the little details of this painting was my favorite. Looking online for inspiration objects and the little things that I wish to have on my kitchen was definitely my favorite part of this. And doing the little details and adding the little highlights and shadows, that was really, really fun, which is why I went really all out with all of the details, because I was really having fun. I remember feeling kind of sick the day that I painted this. And so by the time that I got to this part of the painting, which was meant to be a painting within this painting, I got really tired and I was not really feeling the whole painting. I was not liking what I was doing. So I decided to just kind of like roughly finish it with a Neocolor and call it a day. I also remember starting to put a lot of pressure on myself and a lot of expectations on the things that I was painting. And so my mind was really loud while I was painting this, and I didn't enjoy that. Looking back, I actually kind of like this painting. It has some colors and things that I would never really use in my own living room, which I think it's cool to experiment in that way in a painting. There's something that I realized in the past 4 to 5 months that I've been exploring painting and doodling and just having a sketchbook. And is that there's an aspect or a part of me that comes through in a completely different way. This specific session, I had been doing maybe like a couple pages where a lot of the colors that I was gravitating towards was pink and maroon and black. And there's this very specific personality to this type of drawings. And I can actually see the resonance of this type of painting and style of doodling with my teenage self. I used to love wearing like emo stuff, and I love wearing a lot of black and a lot of pink and fuchsia and neon colors. And I love the fact that I can see that part of me in some of these drawings. This was one of the first times that I went outside and I painted outside. I was using gouache on these little notebooks that I have from when I had a stationery company, and I have a bunch of them. I love them. So I've been using them as sketchbooks and just doodling and things like that. They're perfect for my purse because they're very small. They're like 5 by 7 inches or something like that. And this was a fun session and a special one for me because I come and visit this tree, the one in the back, the one that was like more gray. I come and visit this tree often, so it felt good. It was also very interesting that because I have visited this tree so much, I had a lot of the details of the tree in my memory, and it was pretty easy to paint it. This painting wins the prize for least favorite process and outcome of everything I've ever done, I think. Or at least top 5. I was using Liquitex gouache, which I actually bought by mistake, and the paint dried completely different to the color that I was mixing. Yes, it could have been the purple color that I used for the undertone of the painting, but I do believe that the paint itself was not the best. I do not like this painting at all. Nothing about it. I ended up adding things at the end with crayons, with color pencils, just to kind of like release some of my frustration. And that added to the messiness and there's nothing cohesive about this painting in my eyes. This painting, on the other hand, I really enjoyed working on. It is actually a self-portrait. I am not in love with the style of my face or my body. I really don't have a lot of experience painting bodies or humans in general. And it was with this painting that I realized I want to learn more technique when it comes to painting faces. And so this was my first trial with a picture of my husband in the back of the painting. Mind you, this whole painting has little symbols and things that I personally appreciate, but my husband was looking way too creepy in there. So that didn't stay. I decided to include Vienna and Poppy instead, and they look way cuter than the creepy picture of my husband. And this was the final result. I actually really enjoyed doing this self-portrait. I definitely realized that I enjoy painting when I allow the painting to unfold as I go instead of having a rigid idea of what I want it to look like. Every single element and detail here kind of like showed up in my awareness, and then I made it part of the painting. This was a portrait that I really enjoyed doing. I never really felt comfortable having the camera rolling the whole time as I was painting, but this day I just completely forgot about it. I used Holbein acrylic based wash, which I realized I really, really enjoy using. On my sketchbook is the only place where I've used it. And in this painting, I was trying to apply the technique I learned watching tutorials and videos online of how to paint portraits and faces. And so I started with the shadows and the darker areas of the face. And then I slowly started adding highlights and the different values in between the shadows and the highlights. I probably spent over an hour and a half doing this whole painting. I kept going back and adding things and fixing things and just adding layers, which was actually part of the fun of it. And so you'll see that the lighting changes a lot while I'm recording this. I was really happy with this one. I could definitely see how understanding the technique really helps with understanding depth and, yeah, shadows and highlights. And of course, this takes a lot of practice. At the end, my camera ran out of battery, so I didn't really get to record the final piece, but I was almost done here when the video ended. This is the last portrait that I painted as I am editing this video. And just looking at this painting or the process of it, I am really feeling the motivation to go and open my sketchbook again and paint something like this. I think by far regular gouache, which is water-based, is my favorite thing to use. And I actually found that using these water brushes was really fun because I kind of lost a lot of control on the details. Yes, I like control in certain areas, especially highlights, and especially when I am painting something this small. But there is something really fun about these brushes. They kind of like force me to release some control and instead just play with the paint, play with the water. And it kind of feels like I'm not just by myself painting and making all the decisions, basically. Sorry that my hair was covering a lot of parts of this video. I wish I had spent a little more time mixing the actual color that I wanted for the background, because I don't like this color I ended up using at all. I thought about going back and painting over it multiple times, but I decided that this is the reason why I have a sketchbook and make decisions and take actions that I will want to remember in the future that I don't want to repeat. So I decided that I want to keep this there as a reminder to really spend the time in the areas or the parts of the painting process that I actually really want to. And we got to the end of this video. I had a lot more videos actually. I had more painting processes, but I thought these were the highlights of the last 3 to 4 months painting and recording some of that process. Here you see me covering this painting, which was meant to be the first one of 12. So, something about me, I like to think big, and a lot of times that means putting a lot of pressure on myself and trying to achieve things that are really not sustainable. Or I lose excitement throughout the process because I create these ginormous projects for myself. This was meant to be a 12 painting series inspired by our moon side and our natal chart. And the idea was lovely, but I was not really feeling the painting of interiors. I like painting interiors, and I think I like that on my sketchbook. I also really like painting or drawing interiors as like line drawing, like just sketches. But I got really bored, really bored painting this. And I was like, I am not even going to force myself to finish it. And I rather use this canvas for something else. So this is what I'm doing here, covering it. And I think that I'm going to use this canvas to do a portrait. And that would be a challenge for me because all the portraits that I've been doing are on my sketchbook. And that is where I feel comfortable. And I think that I love painting small faces and small bodies. I don't know how I'm going to feel about painting at this scale. So we'll see. Stay tuned.